I am going to head across to my table where I have waiting for me Charlene, Pedro. And Charlene, you are a corporate trainer, HR consultant, coach, speaker, mentor, managing director of Convectus Consulting Inc., founder of H2H Leadership Forum, immediate past president of AFET, as well as a volunteer with St. Vincent de Paul and the AFET mentorship program. Whew. Wow, superwoman.
Life is short.
And you have to make do right now, yes? I know that we wanted to talk about women in business especially. We started talking about it a few weeks ago on the program, but today let's talk about some of the challenges that women face as they do business, especially small and medium enterprises.
Well, I think women are most times at a disadvantage when we're speaking about business. I mean, when you look at the amount of women who actually decide to go into business, it's a smaller percentage in comparison to men. And I think for women, there is this, because we are the caregivers, that we feel we should do so much more. As you say, I am wearing so many hats. And therefore, women in terms of business, they may take the safe route, in having a job as opposed to going into business themselves. And I wanted to focus in terms of leadership with women.
Yes.
I've been having a lot of conversations with women in terms of their career progression. And it's amazing. I'm talking about CEOs, senior executives. And in all those conversations, I have found that sometimes women doubt their capabilities. And I've been doing a lot of secondary research also. And there's this imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome?
Yes, the imposter syndrome.
What is that?
So that is when we feel, and it applies to both men and women, but the research shows that more so on the woman's side. So that's when we feel that in spite of all our accomplishments, we feel that we're not capable, we're not creative.
Yes.
We feel almost like imposters. We may ask ourselves, why are we in this room with all these accomplished people? And I'll confess, it happened to me also.
Can I confess as well?
Yes.
I know people wouldn't believe me,
Yeah.
but I do, and sometimes I think, why are you thinking that, and for me, this is my way of doing it. I go and I read my CV again to help myself, to speak to myself, to come out of it, but I do understand, I didn't realize it was a syndrome, but sometimes, I think, what, this can't be.
Yes, because even last 2 weeks, Outlook Jack had their Women in Leadership program, and they called and asked me to sit in their panel with their pink spot. And I was like, in my mind, I was going to bed in the night and saying, Charlene, I mean, all these accomplished women, why did they call you? And then, I have this group chat where we support each other. And someone in the group chat said, you are worthy. You have been working hard. And really that did it for me.
I'm glad you said that, Charlene, because one of the things I find happening now is that women supporting each other. There was a time I used to hear a lot about, well, we can't put women in the same room and they always fighting one another, whatever. But perhaps through organizations like AFET and Plot and just women supporting each other, I have found that there is a network now of women who are interested in supporting, collaborating, and sharing successes as well as the downtimes with each other. I don't know if you found that.
Yes, I have found that. There's still little pockets. I think people's personality overtake the objective and the mission of the organization at times. And I have found that, we need to exercise a bit of empathy in dealing with each other.
Yes.
I always say, let's be gentle with each other. You don't have to agree, but surely you can be gentle as you disagree. And because I have been doing so much research on this imposter syndrome, I have crafted an online program actually for women in leadership, which will look like the authentic self, the imposter syndrome, executive presence, presentation skills, because I feel that is one area that is lacking as a package. There's this other thing that I discovered actually. Now there's the queen bee syndrome.
Yes, tell me about that one.
So just as a queen bee in the hive. So the queen bee syndrome now tells us that when women have accomplished that they target other women.
Negatively?
Yes, negatively. Okay. So they treat other women negatively as compared to men. And actually, University of Arizona did research, so there's evidence that it actually takes place.
Yes.
So the queen bee syndrome is real. Yeah.
How would one who is a victim of that manage in a situation? So you have a younger manager or a younger person on their way up the corporate ladder, and they are being, you know, they're
Yes.
on the negative
Receiving
side,
end.
yeah, the receiving end of such a situation.
You know, I think it goes back to support, as you say, building your tribe. We all need a tribe. Looking for sponsors who may not be that queen bee, but definitely providing support, because without, as you said, the women's support, we feel as if we're up against a battle.
Yeah.
But once you get the support, you can seek advice how you may navigate that political arena at work.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that is critical. Another thing that is critical, I feel, for women, and the research shows in terms of mentorship for women.
Yes.
We do have some mentorship programs around in the country.
Yeah.
What I feel the gap is, and what is missing really, is where women at the workplace, structured programs for senior women to mentor junior professionals.
Yes. Because it happens informally.
That's right,
Yeah.
but there's no structured formal, I shouldn't say there isn't, but I'm not aware of.
Yes.
And the importance of it, I remember my dear friend, Dr. Jennifer Jones Morales, she did a study interviewing elite leaders in the Caribbean, both male and
Yes,
female.
yeah.
And the common thread there was mentorship. They
Mentorship.
received mentorship on their way up.
So that's our takeaway. Yeah.
Yes.
That's our takeaway. We're talking about mentoring, and that's exactly what's happening here in the
Yes.
studio.
Yes, I recognize.
That's what's happening here.
That's what's happening here.
So wonderful to have you, Charlene, Pedro.
Thank you so much.
Coming in, just chatting about women in business, women in leadership, and the buzzword today, mentorship. Mentor someone today. Coming up next on the program, we have some girl guides in the studio and the guider as well. That's happening after the break. When we come back, that and more. Stay with us.